what you're looking at is about 60 panels that are hanging from the ceiling of an atrium at the Chazen Museum called Page Court. And the panels are sort of transparent. They're made out of like a netting. And then on top of that netting, there's a digital print of an embroidery. And there are lots of plants, and they're all local prairie plants that sort of thrive in Wisconsin. And instead of the plants being small, they're quite large. So some of them tower at like 30 feet. And the netting creates almost like this foggy atmosphere that I really like, almost like a feeling of mist. And what you'll see is those panels are sort of twisting and moving with the flow of air in the room. They're like installed to the ceiling with just one point. So there's this kind of like subtle movement. You'll see them overlapping in different ways. And the movement is slow and changes depending on like, how many people are there and, whether the fans are on in the museum. You kind of have to wait for certain panels to twist to see the whole thing, or maybe it forces you to move around. And you can also view the piece from a couple different vantage points. So you can sort of walk around the work on the first, second, and third floor to get these really different perspectives. And they create different compositions, not only with them moving around, but also with you moving around. But there's sort of like a patience, like it's almost like you can wait for a panel to like do its full rotation. And there's almost like a breath to it. Like the movement of it is determined by like the air in the room. So it does feel like there's this sort of cadence, this speed that the piece operates at. If you're going to like spend time with the work, it sort of forces you to have that same speed. And there's something about being out in nature, like where things are sort of moving and shifting slightly. And I wanted the piece to kind of have that feeling, also like this cinema to it. But there's also this slowness to it as well.